What's up and welcome, you guys. Welcome back to another Chronicles. You already know what it is. Today has been a pretty fun, productive day. As some know, I had basically went to Miami, like I put in my other video, and I had a cool, good time there. But when I came back home, I just wanted to make sure everything was on the up and up as far as recovery was concerned. I did manage to, my taste buds was a little off, so I went ahead and took a COVID test. I took my test, what was that, on Wednesday, and it literally took until today, Monday, for my test results to come back, and I am currently negative, so I am blessed for that. I feel fine, but you know, it's better to know than to not, you feel me? So I went ahead and got that done. Also, prior to me taking the COVID test, I was currently at work, but my boss just wanted me to kind of get focused on my health first before I proceeded in, training and stuff like that. So I ended up taking off 2 days. But then today I ended up going back just because I just told my boss, like, my taste is cool and everything, you know what I'm saying? So I have everything under control as far as the fever goes. So I'm eligible to kind of focus. So they were like, okay, cool. So they approved it. Didn't know that I was gonna have my exam today, but I ended up having to have my one of my exams, passed it, you feel what I'm saying? I studied. I got one more, and God's will, hopefully I pass that one too, so that's pretty cool. But other than that, it has been a cool little productive day. I mean, the weekend was also pretty cool. Only thing I didn't like is the fact that I had plans to do things and I couldn't really do them because, like I say, I felt fine, but I didn't know. So you know what I mean? It would be wrong for me to get out here and go hang out or go to the bar or go do stuff and I got it, or I got the trade or something like that. So the best thing was just to figure it out first before I did anything. So I acted like I did have it. So I was into quarantine pretty much this whole weekend that just passed, you know what I mean? Tomorrow I'm gonna go ahead and just do the test, the vaccination, only because a person like myself who have anxiety, you know what I mean, I just hate, being in a crowd or being in a certain situation and I don't have the extra protection. Although, don't get me wrong, I understand that it does not prevent you from getting COVID. It just prevents the side effects of it. So, you know what I mean? If I can lessen the side effects, because like I said, if you look at my previous videos, then you guys will see that, I had got salmonella and those symptoms are pretty much the same, and I couldn't even do that, and I told myself I wouldn't want to do that again. So I'm going to go ahead and do the next steps and put it all in God's hand after this. But other than that, you know what I mean, I highly recommend it. I know that it can be very so many options out there and good and bad things on it, but you know what, my faith, I serve a higher power, and that's God, so that's where I'm going. You feel me? Besides that, so this is a little story time, you feel me? I ain't gonna hold y'all on, but this is a little story time. So I went to Safeway because it's down the street from my house now. I guess out here in Arizona, Safeways have, like, I guess you could say regencies. I don't know if I'm saying it right for anybody who work at Safeway, but the whole purpose is certain Safeways get certain items. They basically what is the word? If they get like a high value of an item, you know what I mean? Certain Safeways out here, that's the way they do it. The way the manager explained it. Now I'm over here close to the Midtown one, so from what the manager states, Midtown one is the biggest Safeway here, and they get everything. So I'm like, okay, cool. So I went to Safeway to basically I wanted to make hot dogs at the house. I was just craving it, so I was like, all right, cool. So I went to Safeway. I was looking for the ingredients, and the thing that struck me is because I went to a sales rep because I was looking high and low and I couldn't see it. I don't know. So I was just like, okay, I can't see it, so I need to ask somebody. So I asked one of the reps and I said, hey, do you know where the relish is? Now, a good, proper customer service rep would have said, if they didn't know, they'll either help me look or we gonna find out together, right? This rep said, to be honest with you, I think it's on aisle 2 and 3, but I'm not sure, but I know it's somewhere around over there. Now, my first thought was to damn near just go off, only because I felt like this. I didn't chose this job, you did. One thing that I do know with any kind of retail company, any company, they train you thoroughly to know your products. So therefore, you are the face of your company. So what that means said is, you're the word of mouth. If you don't know, who else is going to know? You get what I'm saying? So it just, that frustrated me off the bat because I've done retail and I just know how that's supposed to go. But then the second thing that kind of just flipped me out was just how it was okay to do that. You get what I'm saying? You want to scar the person who's in training, and you will hope that they go through training and take it really seriously. But then you can't fault them if their foundation is wrong either. You get what I'm saying? And the way that he just was so fluent with the answer, it's like, hell, this is what usually he been telling people. You know what I mean? This is really what he been trained on. So so it was just, but it sucked as the consumer, me being the customer, because again, I had to watch how I was going to approach the situation. I couldn't approach it nasty. Then I just had to think smart on what's the right protocol. So what I did was, instead of me going off on the rep and acting a fool, I just went to the manager and I politely asked the manager. The manager told me exactly what aisle was on. Come to find out, it was on aisle 6. Anywho, he told me exactly what aisle to find it on, and he was like, yeah, it's kind of hard to find because it's at the low bottom. Fine, no others. So I proceeded and said, okay, thank you, but I do have a question. So is all your reps on the floor, are they trained to know every item on the floor, as far as in the groceries, in which aisle? He said, yeah, we go through a very hard, thorough training. I said, okay. I said, well, I just asked one of your reps. I'm not going to give you the name because I'm not like that, but I definitely just asked before I went to you, and I didn't receive. It was no thoroughness. That's why I had to go to you. He said, oh, I'm sorry to hear that. If you could tell me the name, then we can work on that. Because, yeah, they should know. I said, no worries. I didn't get the name. Which I did get the name, but like I said, I'm not going to blast that person. If it's God will, maybe this video might pop up and they just might see it. But the thing is, it's just the little stuff like that, people like myself, I could have been in a rush. I could have been for, a event, you know what I mean? And just to have anxiety, then my attitude goes left. And then some people always wonder why, it's just this or it's just that. But it's just the littlest things that you can also remember to do your part that make the world go round and round. But when you mess up sometimes, no, it doesn't, us people shouldn't get all angry or something about it. But it's just, it sucks for people who know that that's something that you really should know, though. You know what I mean? And even if you didn't know, you should have helped me find out. You know what I mean? So then don't make me feel like I'm alone. Like, well, where am I else I'm supposed to go? If you don't know something, you're supposed to be able to ask, correct? So that really shook me, but I also am proud of myself on just how I, handled it, because like I say, the typical people, young-minded people at that, would expect me to just pop off and act a fool, and then when I do, they want to act like, oh, well, I don't know why he got mad. You know what I mean? And it's just like, really? But I didn't even give them that, you know what I mean? I did something probably different, you know what I mean? I promise you they're gonna have a team meeting about it. If they got a good coach, though, you get what I'm saying? A good coach, even in the fact that I didn't give them a name, hell, we all a group, you know what I mean? Just like when you getting a job, we all on the same team. So a good manager would just pull a team meeting and just say, hey, I've gotten some customers coming and complaining about you guys not knowing your floor. But honestly, if he ain't a good, coach, I can't be mad at that. But I promise you, I'll do it again. He'll get sick of me, though, because I'm not about to keep, this is my local Safeway. But nonetheless, you know what I'm saying? It didn't get crazy, you know what I mean? But that was something to me, explain, let me know, you guys, if that's something that ever happened to you guys. You know what I mean? Even, it don't even have to be Safeway. It could just be a retail store. Hell, it could be a furniture store. The worst thing I hate is when I'm asking where to locate this and they tell me, well, they're not sure, and then they go off and do something else. It's just like, for those who chose jobs like that, I understand that it gets hard, and I commend you guys because I've been in your situation. But I promise you, it is nothing like fulfilling to help a person and you know what you're talking about. You get what I'm saying? That's the best revenge you can give a person, even if a customer's coming at you hysterically upset or anything. If you know what you're talking about, that ain't even gonna phase you. You gonna laugh it off. I promise you. I've been there. I've been in those shoes. You know what I mean? One job that I just commend so hardly that, got me like on the road to success, whether you call me crazy, but it was really, I start off with H&M. Some people know that. And then after H&M, I branched off and I got into Nordstrom. So one thing about Nordstrom's and H&M, the totally two different things is, H&M was a really comfortable job. It was allowing me to be myself, but just be comfortable all the way in. It was no commission, no nothing. You know what I mean? It was sale goals as in team, but it wasn't a strict thing. One thing about Nordstrom, it taught me communication skills. It taught me not to just sell something, because trust me, believe that item can come right back, and you may have got that first good check, but that second check, nah, that commission is taken off your second one. It taught me the hustle. It taught me to don't just hurry up and try to put things on people, in people's bag. Understand what you're selling, because they can return those things. You get what I'm saying? It also just taught me, management, you know what I mean? Teamwork, and this, not to be afraid of, your barriers as far as when you in Nordstrom's, you know what I mean? You're in a set, they put you in a set department, but you know what I mean? You're eligible to go out there if you confident in selling and figuring out what your customer like, because you done read your customer. You can go out there and do it. You know what I mean? They taught me just how to be your own boss. Basically, that was really like the biggest headliner. Just be your own boss. But I took those tools and I put those in my day-to-day life quality, as far as in, like I say, if somebody asks me a question, I don't know the answer, I'm gonna help you figure it out. I ain't just gonna throw something at you. You get what I'm saying? If it gets to a point where, you know what I mean, you just, you can kind of, a lot of things compile on one. They just taught me how to break it down, how to handle this part first, then you can go to this part. You know what I mean? It was, it gave me really, really time management skills at all. So I commend people who work at Nordstrom's. I commend people who work at Saks Fifth. I commend anybody who do a commission job. Commission job is also a teamwork job, but it is also you your own boss. And you have to, first and foremost, you have to know your product. If you do not know your product, you kind of look like, a little out there. I'm just going to use that word. I'm not going to disrespect, but you are out there. Only the reason why I say that is because you lost. When I use those phrases, because you're going to mess around and sell somebody something, and I promise you they're going to bring it back in 2 days. You're going to mess around and have a, what do they call those, secret shoppers or something like that, and they ask you 1,000 questions, and you're going to look stuck in, because you don't even know how to answer them. You're not quick. You don't even get it because you didn't study your product. So for everybody out there, you know what I mean, take some time and study the job that you get. Don't just get it for money, although, at times it's hard and I understand, but study it. Hell, I worked at McDonald's. I had to study that. You know what I mean? So you got to study everything you do. You get what I'm saying? So if y'all don't take nothing else from this, you know what I mean, always learn your craft. Always study, always perfect it. You get what I'm saying? Think of yourself as a computer. You will never get the latest computer. You get what I'm saying? When you think you got the best is Mac, another software product then came out. Trust and believe. Nope, they don't stop. And just like they don't stop, you don't stop. Keep going. You feel me? That's one thing I do know. But other than that, y'all, thank y'all for the views. I've been seeing my views go up. You know what I mean? Please, again, like, comment, and subscribe. At the end of this video, I'm gonna go ahead, if I can get, about 100 comments and interesting likes, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do a $25 giveaway. I'm a Cash App because that's all I got. Well, I do got Zelle, so I'm a Zelle Cash App, a $25 giveaway. So let's get this video up to 100 likes. And yeah, you know, when I get to whoever is the 100 like, I'm going to go ahead and Cash App that person $25. But go ahead and put your Cash App under this video below. But I'm gonna be looking out for it, all right? You dig?